Alright, welcome. Welcome to the After Hours Gaming League Season 5 match, preseason match 2. We're gonna have Google Cardboard here, Google's Data++, the blue Protoss, spawning in the northern corner, playing against HS Tyner, Twitch Kappa's Red Terran. Here in match 1 of, or game 1 of preseason match 2. We're playing here on, what map is this? Oh, Cloud Kingdom. That's right, this is Cloud Kingdom, Ladder Edition. And we're off. Pretty standard openings for this match here. No proxies. Early SCV Scout. That's I'm not sure that's actually useful versus Protoss. Because pretty much any Protoss is just going to go, you know, Gate, Double Gas, Cypher, Mothership Core, Stalker. That's usually what happens. And this may just be to confirm that, but in general, the Protoss, the first 3 to 4 minutes is going to look almost exactly the same no matter what they're doing. Unless they're proxying. Does pump the probe on the way up. Checks the natural first. But again, there's no way there's going to be a Nexus that early. We have the racks on the way, standard 12 racks, but no gases, so this is not going to be a Reaper Scout. A Simulator on the way for Data++ here. Probe will come in and probably try to annoy this SCV a bit. SCV out there retreats us. He's going to keep an eye on the natural. So that is good, but nothing out of ordinary in the main. Nothing to scout there. Marine starting. No orbital just yet. We'll wait a little for that. Does lock the probe in. This probe is dead unless the Terran decides to be merciful and let him out. So he will be forever wandering in here scouting. Still no gases, so there's going to be a quick CC here. Probably in base. Just for the defense. Third pylon going down for Data++ already, so a little bit early. The probe is going to get executed here. Second Marine on the way. Warp Gate chronoed immediately. So we may see the Protoss try to do something here. We have over 400 minerals for the Terran, so there should be a command center going down. We'll see. Anything he delays at this point, it's just weaker economy. Protoss climbing up a little on those minerals. Has a Stalker coming out. No Mothership Core yet. He's ignoring that. And 3 barracks. Alright, so I misspoke. There's no CC here. This is going to be this is a strange build. So I guess it's going to be, so it's a 4 barracks play. And he does have this gas. So is he going to get combat shield? Nexus goes down for Protoss. I wonder what this is going to be. He's going to build a lot of Marines on one base. He's not expanding anytime soon. He's just not... If he produces constantly off of these, he's just not going to have the minerals for it. But I do want to see what he's going to do with this gas. There he goes. Alright, so it starts the tech lab. Starts it a little late. Looks like he's going to go probably for combat shield. Second gas starting for Data++ here. Second gateway on the way. He's going to need some more gateways, though, to hold this. And he needs that Mothership Core. He's going to need it to get the overcharge against these Marines. Tech Lab finishes. We're almost at 100 gas, so let's see what he throws it into. Is it going to be Stim or Combat Shield? Does start that second Geyser. And Robo going down for the Protoss. That's going to be his mode of defense. Climbing up in the gas, Engineering Bay. So this is all the way all in here on one base. He goes for Stim. Goes for the long upgrade. So that's an interesting decision. Should see some probe transfer here down to the natural. And Protoss, he should make an Observer, I suppose, but he still has no Mothership Core. And he might run the Observer into this turret. Terran here being extremely defensive on his one base. We'll see what Data++ here does with the Robo. Probe goes, and he'll see that there's no natural here, so he should know that something is up. May not know what that something is, but it is something. Checks the ramp, All I'll see is 2 Marines there, nothing out of the ordinary. Does finally start that Mothership Core, but it's very late, so if the Terran moves out now, he's not going to have any overcharge to deal with. Has plenty of gas to do something with Engineering Bay. Starts a new command center. Very wishy-washy play here for the Terran. Not sure he knows what he wants to be doing. Another gateway. Observer is out. So we should see that Observer fly in here. Terran is going to move out, and he's going... Is he going to go around? Which way are these going? Okay, no, he's just checking over here. So he may not actually be moving out, but if he does go out this way, he'll completely avoid the watchtower, which will be very good for him. Protoss will not see this Marine coming. So he is going to move out. He's going to claim this watchtower. Jedi should be aware of these Marines incoming, and we'll need to start preparing for them. Has 2 cannons down. Looks like 1 in the main and 1 in the natural. Marines moving out, but Mothership Core is just getting photon overcharge now, so he should be fine against this. He's got 2 sentries, one of them with 3 force fields, or a Guardian Shield and a force field, so he should be fine. If the Terran moves in, he shouldn't take any damage. Overcharge, force fields, clean it all up. Command center is done. Stim is done. Combat shield is starting. We'll see the engagement here. If the Terran does decide to move in. Seems to be content just to hang out here by the natural for some more weapons. There he goes. Overcharge down. See if go for some Marine trapping, but doesn't go for it. Does just delay the retreat a little bit. +1 is done for the Protoss player. +1 attack almost done here for the Terran. Starts that 3rd command center. Combat shield almost done as well. And he goes triple starport. Well, there's not a whole lot you can do with triple starport on 1 base. So he will need to float this command center out. There he goes. Probably wants some more orbitals. Protoss is sitting pretty though. He's got 15 more workers. He's got more than enough here, I think, to reclaim this watchtower if he wants it. Robo done. Robotics Bay and Twilight Council going down. Robotics Bay almost done. So we're going to see that transition into Colossus. And I guess he might be using these starports to go straight for Vikings. But we'll see. That's 3 starport. You don't see that, especially this early in the game. But he's going to need Vikings to fight the impending Colossus. Gets a planetary fortress here at the natural. Protoss moves out, doesn't choose to engage. I'm not sure. If he leaves with the Zealots, I think this army is cannon fodder for his army. They are both at +1 attack. +1 armor, almost done for the Protoss as well. Terran is going to move and take this 3rd base, so he has the potential to be actually ahead on economy in a little while. But he is very behind in supply. Protoss is ahead in workers, ahead in tech. It's going to be ahead in upgrades. We have 3 tech labs went down on these starports, so is he going to go Banshee? Starts another planetary fortress. But he needs some orbitals. His mineral income is very low. He's oversaturated in his main. He has nothing on the natural and the 3rd. Looks like Protoss is going to go for a 3rd base here. Like that decision. 2 more gateways. Colossus out. Another one coming, but he's supply blocked. Extended thermal lance is on the way. I think they might see the Protoss just amass 2 more Colossi and just go. There's not a lot of army here. And yeah, he engages here. He's going to kill maybe a Zealot. Good force field, but not quite close enough to the rocks to cut those Marines off. So he only gets some of them. Protoss is going to push out. There's not... You look at the unit counts here. All the Terran player has is 13 Marines. That's it. You can't... This is all he's got. So Protoss is gonna push in. He may engage his planetary. I think he can kill it, especially with that Colossus AOE if he focuses the SCVs. But he will have to take out that turret first. So here he goes. See how quick the reaction of the Terran player is to repair this. And the answer is not quick at all. Planetary goes down with very little investment. Turret almost actually takes out the Colossus here, but just barely misses it. Does have a siege tank at home. Hawkshot will probably take out this Colossus very quickly, but with high ground version for the Mothership Core, the siege tank is not going to live very long. There goes the siege tank shot, takes out the Colossus. After a little break there. And Protoss will retreat. Actually recalls back to his third. Retreats very quickly here. But he's got a plenty good trade. He took out the planetary. He's starting 2 more robotics facilities. Those are just finishing now. Plenty more gateways. He has +2 attack on the way. Plenty of money for more Colossi. I don't really see how the Terran is going to get back into this. He's building Ravens. He's building a lot of Ravens. And you see the Protoss player throwing down a Dark Shrine here in the back, bowels of his face. Terran player sitting here on 2 command centers, 1 orbital, 1 planetary. Main getting very... He's about to get mined down in his main. Protoss is also getting there, but not quite as quickly, since he lacks those mules. Throws down the 4th base. There's really... I don't think there's really anything the Terran player can do at this point. Maybe if he had the army and money for medevacs, a drop at the right time could go for base trading shenanigans, and he could try to use Ravens combined with siege tanks to hold his own bases, but he doesn't have the buyout, he doesn't have the money to pull that off. 3 Colossi all about to finish. We have one of them just kind of stuck on the gateway here. Hopefully he rallies that one in. It doesn't look like it's... Oh no, it is. It probably can't fit out these gaps. That's unfortunate. He could take out this pylon, but that would unpower the building, so you would need to start some more. Proxy pylons everywhere on the map. He's going to spot everything. This probe looks like it's ready to start another Nexus. Although at this point, he doesn't even have the probes to saturate 4 fully, I think. Or it does. Not if he transfers these to gas. So a 5th Nexus may be overkill at this juncture. We have the Terran continuing to build Ravens. More missile turrets to protect these Ravens. This concentration is actually getting scary. He's going to be able to deny all Stalker fire. And we have a pretty heavy Stalker component to this army. So with those PDDs, he may be able to just focus down the Colossi, and then tanks and Marines could handle the ground force. So that actually, if the Raven fleet is microed correctly, the Protoss may actually be in danger. He may lose this army, but I think with the gateway count and the robo count and the economy he has, he'll still be able to remax no problem. But he may want to invest in a Templar Archives. Did he build one of those yet? No, not yet. So he may want to invest in a Templar Archives in order to handle these Ravens. He's going to push at the front here again. Nothing at the 3rd. It's unclear whether the Protoss even actually needs to do anything. He could just wait. He could slowly... Yeah, this is difficult. I mean, the Terran player is holed up tremendously. These tanks on the high ground are quite intimidating. This Raven fleet is still entirely unscouted. He does see 2 of them now. I don't know if he knows how many there are. Colossus will move forward. Will focus down 1 tank, but the Mothership Core gets taken out. So he loses that high ground vision. He can still get it with the Colossi, but they have to go into range of fire of these tanks. So that's quite scary. 2 more command centers in here, not doing anything. And the Raven fleet is moving out. So he's going to go for some counterattack damage here. But without them at home, I'm not sure he can survive just a brunt assault here. DT is going in, but there's turrets everywhere, so they're not going to do anything. Raven fleet will fly by these pylons. I'm not sure if they were quite close enough. He should be catching some on the outskirts here. And yeah, now we'll see all of them. Throws the Zealots in, which I do not, that's... If you're looking to throw away your army piecemeal at your opponent, this is the way to do it. Sacrifice all your melee units without any splash to do the actual damage to the high ground. And we're going to see a whole bunch of turrets drop here. A second planetary fortress starting here in the national. The Protoss is actually in danger of losing a bunch of economy, but he does warp in Stalkers, and DVDs do get thrown down. Only 2 of them thus far. 3. Turrets are going to go and start focusing down these units. And we'll see what he decides to do. His natural is actually getting eviscerated here. Too many PDDs. Stalkers are eventually taking out these turrets, but there's so many. Loses a ton of probes, and he's going to head to the main now. Although there's nothing to mine here. Only attack. Engagement here, and finally he muscles in. The tanks are down, and I think this is it. I don't think the Terran can hold anymore. He does want to save his Colossi versus these turrets and stop taking pot shots from the turrets. Does wind up losing several Colossi at once, actually, the combination of the planetary fortress and the turrets, which is very frail. There's no reason to be losing Colossi, turrets, and planetary fortresses if you can't range them entirely. He is focusing down the planetary now, but he's losing more Colossi and Stalkers. Turret storm in the main. Ravens camping back here. They've lost most of their energy. And then some Hunter Seekers will go down, and if he doesn't split up, he might actually take a lot of damage here. Okay, so he does pull the Colossi away. Loses 2 of them. But even now, the remaining Stalker count is extremely deadly. He's going to lose 2 Nexi, 3 Nexi, all at once. That is insane. Although his 4th is still minusing half of it. They actually have a much more even game than it should be right now. The Terran player is getting eviscerated, but he has this flock of free energy Ravens. And every second that they spend not being killed just makes them more powerful. So he's going to go for the 4th now as well. Stalkers running around, taking out all these buildings. It looks like the Terran player is out of He has no more bases left. He has a couple SCVs. He has just these 3. So with these 3 SCVs going down, that is the end of the Terran. There's no way he's going to win this game. The only way he can win is if he kills everything with turrets. And while he's actually doing a very good job of that, he can't hunt down the Protoss at all of these other bases. All they can do is scout with the buildings. There's no way to mine, no way to get further production. His main has been completely wiped out. All he has is these floating buildings running around. He has a huge bank, so he could try to build some units while he actually, no, he has no supplies. He can't build anything. This is it. This is all the Terran player has. He has this flock of Ravens. And almost loses one. Should see the cannon focus fire 1 flow health. Almost gets it. He's going to run around and he's going to try to keep turreting things, but he lands in the wrong position and gets blunked on and it's over. He will focus down this Nexus, but he has no idea that this one's going up. We have 5 gateways in production. Still a few warp gates here that could get some use out of them. We have the Protoss picking off a whole bunch of Terran structures. Still a few remaining here that he is trying to protect. But again, his Ravens are collectively fairly low on energy, so I don't think he can handle a direct engagement from this army anymore. If the Protoss blinks onto the turrets, it might go poorly. But yeah, with these upgrades, he's got +2/+2. He's one-shotting these turrets. So I actually take that back. He shouldn't blink here. That's an unnecessary risk. He will lose that Nexus, but he's got one here. He's got another here. How many probes does he have? He only has 5 probes. He's actually lost most of them. Look at the starboard. More turrets going down the main. Cannon gets focused. There you go, 3 turrets beating cannon. He still has one. He has 1 starport. That is. Oh no, he has his factory here. But again, the Protoss, he still has bases, and there goes 2 stargates. So he knows that this thing exists. He actually does have vision of it at the moment. He's gonna run over and take out this starport here. As you can see with that greedy blink. And this factory, it lives for now, but the starports are about to finish, so we will see either some Phoenix or some Void Rays. We see the Ravens going to defend this. But again, at this point it's going to lose the starport. Yeah, it's going to get burning. That is taken out, and all he has left is his factory. So he has to defend the factory. While these are structures, they do not count as structures for the purposes of winning the game. I'm fairly certain. So he needs to defend this factory, and with 2 Void Rays on the way, that's gonna get difficult. His only defense against Void Rays is Hunter Seeker back here at least. He's going to go land that factory. It has quite a number of turrets defending this location, but +2 Stalkers, a Colossus, Zealots. It's very unlikely he will succeed. Focusing down lots more buildings. We'll see, what is the Terran player's vision shell? He has no idea this base exists. You will find it in a little bit, and he's going to be very sad when that does happen. Just watching the Terran player here. And there he goes. He's going to see all this mining. He's going to throw down a bunch of turrets. But when he sees the number of buildings here,
under attack.
He's going to be in trouble. He will take out, it looks like, most of these crews. So he's flown in at a very inopportune moment, but the factory is about to go down. And with that, GG. So match 2 is going to be taking place on Xel'Naga Caverns. We're going to have Marfin, the blue Zerg, for Google Cardboard, playing against Ivan, the red Terran, for Twitch Kappa. And yes, hopefully the Terran is not listening. We know Marfin isn't listening. At least he said he's not listening. I'm not entirely certain. Alright, so here we go. Ivan, the red Terran, will be spawning here in the northeast position versus Marfin, spawning here in the southwest. Blue Zerg versus red Terran. Xel'Naga Caverns is... This map has not been in the pool for a while. Those of you who watched avidly during the Wings of Liberty days will remember that this was called Tasteless Secret Hallway. And it's often used for proxy gates, for Hellion run-bys, and for Baneling run-bys. We will not see particular proxy gates, I think, in this matchup. But we may see some Baneling run-bys or Hellion run-bys. We shall see. Ivan going bold, throwing down a supply depot in his main, not on the ramp. It's right next to the command center, which on larger maps this is potentially okay. Gas first too, wow. So he's going to go straight for those Hellions. And maybe a Banshee on top of it. But yeah, so Xel'Naga Caverns, the natural is extremely wide open. Uh-oh. That's, okay. That's strange. We'll talk about that in a bit. Spawning pool going down. Varus going down here at the ramp. Second supply depot going in the back here as well. We will see 3 SCVs now going on gas. Overlord moving in. Hatchery going down right after that spawning pool. I'm gonna just open up a chat with Unless here. I cannot. Cool. Well, we'll talk about that later. Tech Lab to start. Interesting. Is he gonna go Marauder? Starts a third supply depot. Somewhat early, I would say. No orbital command just yet. Spine, defensive spine, going down here in the main for the Zerg. Overlord keeping an eye on this natural. He'll know the instant that it becomes available. Quick Stim. So we're going to see some one-base bioaggression here out of the Terran. But he is going to start needing to build units and additional barracks as well to take advantage of this. There goes the second barracks. He does need to start units, though, to take advantage of the Stim. One queen out from Marfan. We should see a second one coming here as well. Single Zergling at each watchtower. So our Zerg player has plenty of map control. Third barracks coming down as well, but still no units or orbital command. And he's still mining quite a bit of gas. So I suspect we'll see a factory soon. We actually have a ninja third going down here. So this actually may play very well into the hands of his opponent, who is going for that one base aggression, who is now about halfway done with Stim. And there we go. Now he's starting units. Alright, so he has a Marauder on the way. Second Queen coming up the natural. Lair coming up here for Marfan. But he's going to need to have... He should think about moving this spine down, building some additional Zerglings, perhaps. Seeing the natural not taken for this long is a very big warning sign. 2 reactors going down. So it's... I wonder what he plans to do with all of this gas. I guess he's going to spend it on Marauders, but a single geyser and a single barracks on Marauders, this will not spend all your gas. It's going to have a lot of extra gas. Looks like he will go down to build a command center now. Should start that any moment. And looks like he's starting his Marines a little early. He's building them all in the Tech Lab barracks instead of the reactor barracks. Hopefully he'll cancel those. There he goes. Should see that command center soon. Marfan is slightly ahead on drones. These double injects should start paying off very soon. He is a bit oversaturated in his main, though. Should maybe transfer soon. He needs to keep up on his injects. And, oh, SCV dies to this third one here. Does he have speed? It looks like he does. I think, yeah, he's got the wings. So he does have speed. I missed researching that. Spore Caller going down. Infestation Pit already. And Evo. Is he going to go Swarm Hosts? It may very well be the case. We have the Terran player is building a lot of bio. He has Stim done. It's been done for some time now. So he has the potential to push out and do some real damage. Even if he moves the Spine Caller down, 2 Spine Callers are not going to protect him against this. And he is most certainly all in. He's on one base here, and that's it. No command center, completely oversaturated on the main. No second gas, no command center in production. And he's going straight to Hive and building a second Evo. Apologize, I don't really know how to cast this game. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Is he gonna go? What is he gonna? Is he gonna go Vipers? He's got no Spire to take advantage of this Hive. Is he gonna go Ultras? He's got no upgrades for the Ultras. Engineering by going down. Supply depot started. This supply block actually really hurts his production a lot. We'll see if he goes for an upgrade. Main growing increasingly oversaturated. Third having some mining. Spore and Spine for protection. But again, eventually all this bio is going to move out. And the Zerg is going to need to have an answer. And right now he has 6 Zerglings and 3 Queens. And that is not going to answer this bio force. He's got 24 Marines precisely, 4 Marauders, and a Reaper. Reaper is an interesting touch. He's gonna send some Zerglings running around, but we need to see some unit production. Terran player is extremely behind economically. Zerg is not as ahead as he could have been, but he's definitely ahead. But he needs to start taking advantage of this. He got total map control, so he knows something is coming. Eventually, this army is going to move out, and he's going to need to have an answer. He's playing extremely defensively with turrets here, actually, so he may be expecting units. We're going to see an Ultralisk Cavern go down. Sensor tower up for defense. Zerg will not be able to push into this for quite some time, but he may be able to build the defenses he needs to handle the army, should it ever move out. No factory, so no starport. No healing for all of this bio. No upgrade started just yet. Combat shield is about to finish. Did he get concussive shell? Oh no, he did not. He does have stim though. Ultra's Cavern is about to finish. 1-1 is about to finish. So we are gonna see some ultras, and he does need more overlords though. He can't actually build any ultras yet. All right, here comes the bio. We need overlords flooding. We need lings flooding. He needs an army. He needs an army to beat this army, or he's gonna die. So, all right, so 4 overlords to build some more overlords. He needs ultras. Ultras are not gonna be out in time to deal with this army, with this supply block. Our Zerg player, our Zerg is in trouble. He has no units. There's no banelings. He has 72 drones. He needs to build ultras. He's got 4 ultras building, but fortunately for him, Terran is choosing to idle and take the long way. He's going to go for these back rocks, it looks like. Maybe he planned to pick off a third. But there's no third. So he's going to go around, and the Reapers are going to take the shortcut. And it looks like they'll run straight into these spine points, which is quite unfortunate. He loses 1 Reaper. Baneling's starting, so he will have something to do to these Marines. And the Ultralisks are almost out, just needs a little more time. But here they come. The spines are going to melt very, very fast. And the Banelings run in, and they massacre half the Marine town. Another Baneling takes out most of it. And now the Ultras come out, and does he even use them? Actually, he just barely needs them to clean up the remainder. That was it. That was the Terran player's 1 push, and he waited a little too long, I think. Took too much damage from those Banelings. 11 Overlords on the way. I think we're going to see a Ling Flood followed by Banelings. And we might just see a bust here. Command Center tries to go down, but this Ling denies that immediately. Marauders will kill this Circling, though, and another SCV should come down shortly. But the Terran player is desperately in need of more economy. He is now oversaturated on his main. It's at the point where additional SCVs do not provide any additional income whatsoever. 3 more Ultralisks on the way. And there is a lot, or actually not a whole lot of extra larvae. We just spent it all on Zerglings, and there's not quite a lot remaining. But we should see another push coming in soon, and I think that's going to be the Terran player's end. There's a lot of bio up here, but he can't hold the natural, and he needs the natural. His main is going to be mined out soon. 4th hatchery going down. This Ninja 3rd has actually paid off pretty well. There's all the Overlords. 5 more Ultralisks on the way. 3 more on the way. Marauders out front. Here comes the next wave of bio, but at this point these Ultralisks, he doesn't have the Marauder count nor the upgrades to handle these Ultras. He's starting +1 attack followed by +1 armor now and 1 engineering bay. That's not going to be done in time. The Zerg he's on +2 melee, +1 carapace. He has +3, +2 on the way. Did he get chitinous plating? Yes, he did. He did get chitinous plating. Natural is done. You may want to start a planetary fortress here, or transfer a bunch of SCVs to start mining. It is a bit low on that. 4th is up. You may see some more drones coming there. 3 more Ultralisks on the way. Zerg is now maxed, so he should start doing something. There's no tanks. There's no Thors. There's no Hellbats to roast the Lings. So the force he has right now that he's got 10 Banelings morphing in as well, the force he has right now is just going to bowl this over. The Terran cannot do anything about it. I think even if he holds up on this ramp, all of this is going to run in, and it's going to slaughter him. So here he goes. Does retreat the Lings, waiting for the Ultras to arrive. And he's got 12 Ultras. 2-2 Zerglings against 0-0 Bio. Everything else. He's going to have to lift this command center, or it will die. But it's got an SCV built, and he doesn't lift it in time. So he's going to push up the ramp now. There's no wall, so there's no Zerglings run in, Banelings run in. Overseer will get taken out, it seems, but there's nothing here for the Terran. He can lift his buildings, that's about it. And these are... And the Banelings! Oh no! All the SCVs. Instantly gone. Everything's getting destroyed. This is his only liftable building, and it is on fire and it is dead. So it looks like it's GG right here. There it goes. Game 3 is now underway. We're going to have Rice Krispies, the Terran, the blue Terran, for Google Cardboard, playing against Tanuki Ben, the red Zerg, for Twitch Kappa. This is a match point for Google Cardboard, as the score is currently 2-0. I'm playing here on Akalon Waste to decide what happens. We have Tanuki Ben spawning in the northwest position versus Rice Krispies spawning in the southeast. GLHFs abound, and we'll see what happens. So this is one of the more modern maps. It is a very different thing than Xel'Naga Caverns. It's very defensive. There's two ways into the natural, and one of them is guarded by two waves of rocks. One that is set in the beginning, the other which you can choose to set yourself later by taking down this rock tower. So for both players, it is a very easy early 3 bases, and then as you move to the 4th, it gets trickier. This 4th is in a nice little pocket, so it actually favors the Terran a bit because you can put tanks right here, and you can cover so much. And actually, tanks are really, really good on this map for Terran. You can put tanks here, and you cover everything. You cover the natural, you cover the 3rd. It's very hard to get here because there's no low ground here. You'd have to go all the way around and potentially attack the tank from a distance. So it's very good for defensive tank setups. And then again, like tanks over here will cover the natural and the 4th very well. We see that barracks starting here at the wall. Drone may come in to harass the SCV a bit. SCV scouts for the early hatchery, and he may go for a block. He's actually close enough that he could get it. Drone goes for the hatchery and pulls back, realizes he's probably not going to get it. And engineering bay going down, so it's going to be a massive block here. Meanwhile, his own SCV is getting attacked in the main. We'll need to pull off. And actually, drone abandons. Drone could have gotten the kill there, I do think. But now he has to deal with this engineering bay, so he does throw down that spawning pool. And he may just save up and go for the 3rd. Marine starting now. And it's a race to the wall. And yes, Flightip is going to go down, so this drone is dead. Yeah, it is down. So he might just want to go get this SCV, since he is now dead. If the Terran player does not react quickly enough, it may be a problem. Gas going down. We see the Zerg go for this 3rd, which actually is probably a more natural 3rd to go to for the Zerg than the Terran, because taking down the rocks early game is more expensive for Zerg than a Terran, who is pretty much always going to have units available. Looks like the drone went to steal the gas there, but unfortunately chose the one that could not be stolen. Zerglings should be coming out soon. Yeah, they will take that down. And we'll see what the Terran player's plan is. He's got 3 SCVs in gas. This engineering rate is going to be taken down. Command center starts. Very good. Although it is a little bit late. This engineering rate does slow that down. We'll see if he gets to cancel. He does. Very good. Just building Marines out of this one barracks. We'll see what his next tech is. I do not believe he is aware. No, he's not aware. Wow, he actually hasn't seen anything but creep. So playing very much in the dark here. But we'll see. So he's not aware of this natural. We will see what comes next of that. Zerglings going around to scout, grabbing the watchtower. And what do we have? We have factory and another barracks. A third barracks just yet. Nothing really doing on the Zerg main. Speed is going down. Natural is building that queen. What's this drone doing? Where are you going, drone? What is your mission? I wonder if he maybe simply misrallied, if he forgot to set the drone rally point. It's very odd for a drone to be going anywhere this late in the game. You have Zerglings for that. He's going to the ramp here. I guess he's just scouting, but he has a Zergling there. What is this drone doing? We have a third Rax on the way for the turn. Starting that second orbital. Stimpack on the way. Reactor. This drone will retreat. Seems he was quite lost. Tech lab down on the factory, so there will be, yes, a siege tank. Natural's up. Third going down. Lair on the way, but his main is oversaturated, so his economy actually isn't that good. I would say the Terran players is actually, for the moment, better because of these two orbitals. And he should be lifting this second one out any minute. Second and third geysers going down. Lair half done, so we're probably going to see some Spire play here. Zergling is going to give these SCVs a hard time. He may lose one. Actually, no, the Zergling does run. May get this SCV, though, if it's not legendary. It does not. SCV escapes within an inch of its life. We should see this orbital lift out now that he's securing his front. Supply depot going down to start that wall. Fourth geyser down. But the drone count is very low for the Zerg at this point. Does start that Baneling nest. Main very oversaturated. There's nothing to take advantage of the geysers here at the third. If he did start mining fully from both of them, he would have no drones on minerals. So the Zerg's economy is not very good right now. He is ahead in drones, but yeah, there he goes, mining from both of these geysers. So he's going to have a lot of gas, and his lair is done, so he should take advantage of that. But he needs to transfer drones away from his main. Spire goes down. Mule Hammer goes down the natural. Tanks, Marines, Stim almost done. Marines coming out, potentially 5 at a time from these racks. Main a little bit low on SCVs. Starport down, so we're going to see medevac soon. And Terran may be able to apply some pressure. He has gone with the tanks and not the Widow Mines, so he will need to be wary of large speedling floods. Still have so many drones on this main. But he's got a full wall, so he's very safe at the moment. He should be free to SCV up. Should see some engineering bays for upgrades soon. Reactor building on the starport, so he will start those double medevacs soon. But he's going to need some more gas, I think, in order to power the tanks along with that. Rallying SCVs back in the main. Overlords ring around. Second and third bases for the Zerg finally starting to get a little bit saturated. His main is still very oversaturated, though. No centrifugal hooks. No banelings. Spire's about to finish, but he's low on minerals, so we will be able to start potentially 8 Mutalisks here in a moment. We'll see if he does just that. Terran player should start some turrets soon. There we go, 7 Mutalisks, and we should see an 8th one, probably. Maybe not. Will we go for Spire upgrades? More gases here in the naturals. So lots of gas and very little minerals. And the Terran player is pushing out. So these 7 Mutos are going to come out, but I fear they're going to have to be used for defense. There's no Baneling emergency force back here at home. And actually, he's about to lose all of his Zerglings if he doesn't run them away. And he does. He loses all but one of them. And one Baneling does not an army make. So the Mutos are going to run out, and there's no turrets, so he may do some damage. Maybe I'll actually cancel this third command center with the Mutalisks running around. But there's no army here. So Zerg is about to take a lot of damage. He's supply blocked. He can't make anything. He's got Zerglings building. But what's he going to do? He runs the Mutas in, they're going to die immediately. Slight overstimming. Zerglings attack the tanks, but they're close enough that they don't splash themselves. There is some definite overstimming here. But he does retreat the Mutalisks for defense, and Gets some damage on a tank. Way over stimming here. This is dangerous. He needs to stop stimming. Or just one or two banelings will destroy all of this. Gonna focus the tanks again. Does get one. But with those... With all this stim, so much stimming. This is very dangerous for him. Floating a lot of minerals, but he's doing a ton of damage. Natural is down. Lair's gonna go down next. He's trying to get windows at these tanks. And he may get one now, but with these stim marines, and just the sheer quantity of marines, he's not able to get an edge. Zerglings run in. Well, he does focus down the banelings. So very little damage is done. The Mutalisk at this point is getting to a scary number. With the low health of these marines, he may actually be able to engage them if he joins with the drones. And he will. So it looks like he's just barely going to be able to take this army out. The self-splash helping quite a bit. But he's lost so much economy. His drone count is down to 21. And with the Terran just rallying Marines, medevacs, and siege tanks back home, he's not going to be able to do any damage here. He does lose the medevacs, which is poor for him, but there's enough Marines here that he's not going to be able to overrun the Terran. Especially with this bunker. This bunker is very dangerous. And these Marines are full health. So we will be forced to run. He may try to go in the natural here, but the Marines are right there. So we should see them stim and go and defend. Picks off 2 SCVs, gets out. Should see some turrets going down for the Terran soon. And, oh no, looks like we have a little bit of lag. Mess here. Maybe DCing. Oh well. Bear with us while this goes down. Double engineering bay is finally going down for the Terran player, so we will be able to start those upgrades. I think the Zerg has upgrades. I'm not sure, I'll have to double check. He didn't start any Spire upgrades that I've seen. But the Zerg is, while the supply discrepancy is not that great, he's in a very terrible position. The Terran player has the full Marine medevac tank opposition going. And Zerg he's got a handful of Mutalisks, and he just doesn't have the economy to build the Zergling Baneling that's needed to fight the Marines in the Terran player's composition. He did handle the engagement in his main very well. It was fortunate that he was able to pick off all of that army. But again, he took a lot of damage in the process. He had to wait quite a while. He had to pull drones. Lost a ton of economy. And oh no, we lost immunity too. I'm not sure why that happened. Does try to pick off the tank, but decides to run from the bunker. We have a fair number of Mutalisks here. It's 12 Mutalisks. That's somewhat scary. 2 turrets going down the main, and it looks like they will finish just in time. He is going to have to pull SCVs for repair though. And I suspect we're going to see another move out from the Terran shortly. Although he might choose to take his third first. Lots of free depots here if he chose to pick them off. He does fly into the middle line here, but tries to fly straight into 2 turrets. Almost loses in the event. Actually, no, he lost 2. He lost 1. Lost 1 to the Marines, plus the turrets there. Another medevac. Tank. Bio. We're gonna see this third move out, and he's gonna. Alright, so he's gonna go there, which. Yeah, you avoid the Mutalisk that way. It is the less safe location, but might as well try to just defend the third, since you're not under any real pressure here. Just being poked at by does there's a couple of Marines, doesn't have the rest of them there. So good pick-offs there. Good Mutalisk micro. And he does have Baneling starting at home, so now he's got some sort of defense. Rice Krispies here is going to have to bring out that micro in order to defeat this Zerg player. We have Zerg flying into the natural here, but there's 2 more turrets, so he's going to have to probably settle for picking off the refinery. He will. He does see one of them. So he will get the refinery. Does bounce onto SCVs, getting quite a number of SCVs. The Vampire is just sitting back. Centrifugal hooks on the way, +2 melee on the way. What are the upgrades on these things? So he has +1 melee, no +1 carapace, right? So +2 attack, +1 carapace coming in for the Zerg, +1 flyer attacks. defensive rocks go down, and a tank and a couple turrets at this wall, and Zerg's not doing anything to get in. He's going to throw turrets down here. Marines need to stay and defend, though, or he's going to get picked off immediately, as they do. A bunch of SCVs going to take damage here. He's going to have to send these down for defense. Gets one Mutalisk for his troubles, who loses a bunch of SCVs. Has +1 armor on the way. Armory done. Couple IDSCVs floating around. Fourth going down for the Zerg. Zerg is actually catching up from all this damage he took. He's about to be ahead in upgrades. These Mutalisks have been buying a lot of time. They've hurt the Terran economy a fair bit, and they seem to have rattled his macro, but now here it comes. All right, so he's going to have to deal with this army, and he's got 8 Banelings and 18 Zerglings. So if he gets amazing Baneling hits, he may be okay. He may be able to win with the Mutalisks after that point, but he's going to need amazing Baneling hits. Medevacs fly out front, gets 1 for free, but now he has to fight this army. And there's a lot here. I'm not sure he's going to be able to do it. He may choose to move for more Banelings. He's got 32 Lings on the way, which he needs those. He needs to solve for those, but he may lose the 3rd before they come out. His army is getting segmented down. If these tanks move up, it's going to be in huge trouble. And one of his upgrades actually gets picked off. Mutalisks fly in the back, but they need to spend their time focusing down tanks. They are going to get 1, maybe? No, they don't even get 1. They spread the blade bats. And oh no! Oh, he loses like 3, 4 Mutalisks there. Zerglings and Banelings run in. Banelings get a couple okay hits, but not enough. He clears all the tanks and gets another good Baneling hit, but now he has all these Marines to deal with. And he's only got 7 Mutalisks. So what's he going to do? He's got 7 more on the way. John needs to not overskin here. And he's not. He's just engaging straight up. He's actually doing really well. He gets skinned again here, maybe. Zergling's getting shredded. Mutalisks all day. GG is called. Alright, welcome to Game 4 of the AHGL Preseason Match 2. Google Cardboard versus Twitch Kappa. We're doing a replay cast here, as during the live event, I was playing. We have Torque Stomp here, me, the Blue Terran, playing for Google Cardboard, going up against Unless, the Red Zerg, playing for Twitch Kappa. I did attempt a live cast of this game, however, about halfway through, I stopped talking for most of the part. Multitasking is something I still struggle with, even with this game. So this game is being recasted from replay. I will be doing my best to talk about it as though I do not know what the results are, but you will see me leading at a few points, having played this game and knowing exactly what happens. But we have fairly standard openings to start. We have Unless getting that 9 Overlord, going straight into additional drones, sending out a relatively early scout. Terran player getting that standard depot, and it looks like he will be rallying to build the barracks right here. So the drone's going to get there early. He may cause some problems for this SCV. We'll see what the Terran player does to follow up. Extractor going down nice and early, so we are going to see, it looks like, some quick speed out of the Zerg player. With the 12 gas and a 13 pool. Very early pool here. So he has the potential to get very aggressive. Drone's going to move in here, see what it can find, and it's going to go straight for this SCV. It's not going to monkey around whatsoever. Second SCV comes to the rescue, and this one's going to run away, but drone gets the last little hit in. Barracks gets some downtime. SCV goes down, but the drone will run away. Content with that knowledge, which is quite unwise as we see, as the Terran has gone for that relatively quick gas, and a second barracks already, hidden back in the main. Drone's going to camp out at the 3rd here. Overlord is also going to run. Does have about 50 gas fire, only 2 drones on the Geyser, so he's not going to have that speed super quick and ready to go. Does start that Queen. We have a Reaper halfway done here for the Terran. Orbital kicking in just now as well. And with this second barracks, given the gas count, it looks like he might be going double Reaper. Start that supply depot to continue the wall. And there goes that Reaper moving out. Overlord gonna move into Camp the Natural here. One here to watch the main ramp. And 6 Lings on the way. So a fairly aggressive opening from the Zerg player as well. These Lings are gonna run out. Queen will throw down that inject. Only 1 drone on gas now, so he's got his speed on the way. He doesn't intend to mind anymore. And Reaper finds these Zerglings immediately, and it's gonna have a lot of kiting to do. 6 Zerglings is quite a lot. We'll start running these Lings around, but he's going to start taking losses. 1 Ling down already. Without speed, this Reaper can kite against Zerglings forever. It's already killed 2. And with 2 more Reapers on the way, it's very fortunate that the Zerg has started speed early, because he's going to need that to fight these Reapers. Reaper's going after the Zerglings. Could try to block the hatchery, but don't get to it in time. So the hatchery will get down, and the Reapers will not waste their time trying to take care of that. Move in here. 1 Reaper takes a bit of damage, but we need more Lings on the way, and there are none. Reaper does take a bit of damage. Drones are getting pulled, and 2 of them are gonna looks like get focused down here. Unfortunate for them. They're continuing to move in. 1 Reaper unfortunately gets killed. A 3rd one moving in. Out here with a Natural. Command Center, 2 more racks on the way. Tech Lab going down. So it looks like the Reaper production will stop for now. I will move to the base and start focusing. Gonna focus on this weak Queen. Might go the Reaper back. Almost gets it, but not quite. Reapers will hang out down here. 1 of them gets hit by the Queen. So only 3 Reapers remain. And with the Speedlings here, there's actually quite a lot of Speedlings, so these Reapers need to get the hell out of here, and they do. Queen survives. Ultimately, not too much damage done. The drone count is kind of low. And I think if nothing else, this aggressive opening has mitigated the Zerg player's aggression. He wanted to get aggressive, and he could not. The Reapers completely prevented that. Zerglings move out now, and it looks like they're going to slay these Reapers here. Reapers should try to leave. And they will. Looks like the engagement will not happen. Reaper's sitting here in the main. Not sure what he's up to. Zergling's gonna camp the watchtower, and they're gonna go in. And the bunker is only just beginning. You see a probing Zergling going in. See if there's no defense here. Next to nothing. And so the Zerglings are all gonna run in. And they're gonna get all the Reapers. That is a fairly large mistake on the bench, but we could have put those up on the cliff. They get a Marauder. They're gonna get all the SCVs here at the Natural. But getting into the main is going to be a lot harder with this wall here. We're going to need to see some repairs though. These are taking a lot of damage. However, with these reactors and tech labs going, the main is not going to be built. It does get another Reaper. Another mistake, another turn. And the orbital is burning, but it does get lifted off. More Zerglings getting produced. Drone count for the Zerg is very low. I don't think these Zerglings were the right choice. He's forced the Terran player out of the Natural, but he's got 4 racks of production here in the main. By the time he moves out, Lings aren't going to cut it anymore. Does he have a Baneling Nest? No Baneling Nest. So, goes for a Roach Warren instead. That is an interesting decision. Terran player starting that factory, repairing that orbital. It's going to move down and try to take this low ground again. If our Zerg player had a Baneling Nest, I think it would be extremely dangerous for the Terran player right now, but he does not. He is going for this Roach Warren instead. And his drone saturation actually, though, got a bunch of drones not mining here. It's a bit of a mistake. Camping up by the 3rd. Bunker going up, orbital continuing to be repaired. Natural also fairly low on the saturation. Just a very low drone count in general. See a scan go down, and Terran player sees low drone count, defensive spine, but nothing else. Does not know entirely what this Zerg player is up to just yet. Orbital is no longer burning. Main fairly well saturated. We have an engagement down here. The Zerglings do run in, but all this pumped up bio with the bunker right next to them. He gets a little bio for his troubles, but he can't finish that fight. Runs away with only 5 Zerglings. And You should see, yeah, there we go. Starport reactor going down. Zerg is slightly ahead in drone count, but slightly ahead in supply as well. But I think in terms of economy, the Terran player is ahead with these double orbitals. 4 racks, engineering bay done. Looks like he's already going to take down these rocks. I think he's got third sometime. Drones producing here for the Zerg. Baneling Nest going down, so he will have that defense soon enough. More Zerg units moving out. A very small group though, so it's unlikely that I'll be able to do much damage against this quantity of bio. No stim pack, no concussive shell, no combat shield either for this bio, so we need to get a jump on that. We do have 2 medevacs going down. Second engineering bay, a little early. No armory just yet. 6 more roaches, so our Zerg player is really committing to this roach tech. And it looks like he's thinking about a third, but this Reaper is going to let the drone live. He's a merciful Reaper. Oversaturated on the main. Terran player moves out and sees the army sitting over here. That army is going to run. It's not going to go in. Unsure whether it saw anything. Third command center is going down. That'll be scouted probably soon enough by either this drone or that overlord. Zerg is going to retreat to his main. 6 more roaches, so committing very heavily to this roach tech, and only just now, at the 13-minute mark, getting that layer underway. So we're really seeing the Zerg pay the price for building all of those early lanes, going for this aggressive build. Third and fourth gas is coming down for the Terran, and 2 medevacs loading up. So he's going to go for that drop. Stim and combat shield on the way. And armory going down as well, so we're going to see 2-2 in production somewhat soon. So we're clearing out the rocks to go take his 4th. It looks like, while the 3rd is just underway. Creep spread very weak at this point, but unsure whether creep spread helps. I guess it does help a fair bit with a large roach army, but obviously with Lane Baneling, it is more significant. Third command center finishing just now, and these medevacs are going to go in. Stim is not done yet, so this drop is not particularly threatening. But he will get everything unloaded, and we'll see how quick the Zerg player's reaction is. It's fairly quick, but he's going to lose a bunch of drones here. Lose a bunch of damage. So he may lose his queen if he doesn't run it back. He runs it back a little bit. Roaches spawning, get focused down quickly by this bio, and then with the rest of the army moving in, the Terran is going to evacuate with nearly everything. Loses only 1 Marine. So a couple drones, some lost mining time, and a queen go down. But otherwise, nothing else really happens. Mulehammer drops down on that 3rd. And Zerg is moving out with this Matt's Roach Ball. Centrifugal hooks, roach speed just about to finish. Terran player is in Widowmine production, 2-2 on the way. And he's got 2 more barracks. So he's going to move up to 6 racks production here fairly soon. Zerg decides to move back. Oh, another drop here in the main. Killing a lot of drones. Stim is done. The engagement point for these drones is terrible. There's another drop down at the 3rd. Queen is under fire. Loses an extractor. Drone's coming back too early. He's going to lose some more drones. But the roaches look like they will be able to clean up the remainder of this bio. But the 3rd hatchery is getting focused down. So all the bio gets cleaned up in the main. Medevac will run. But the 3rd hatchery goes down. Marines lead into the medevac to avoid damage from the broodlings. And the medevac sits here, unfortunately. We'll see if that ever gets recalled. But Zerg has had enough. He's got 13 more roaches. He's going to push out here. But there's a lot of army here at home. A few Zerglings run in here into the 3rd. They're going to get some free SCV kills. But all this bio runs down. It's 1-1 bio against 0-0 roaches. Widowmine's not even taking damage. Everything, the roaches are evaporating. They're trying to focus the orbital, but they have not nearly enough firepower nor time to get that done. So they're just going to run to the back, try to delay the army as much as possible, which is a few seconds. at most. Another Mulehammer dropped. It's looking pretty hopeless for our Zerg player at this point. He's at 52 supply, 26 drones versus a 47 SCV turret on 3 orbitals. A massive bio army that is about to have 2-2 as well. So he's gonna run here, but he's got the third is gone. So many drones have been killed. It's doesn't really have a way to hold this next attack. He's gonna focus down these rocks, which I'm unsure whether he even wants to do that, as he wants to play defensively at this moment. Overlord's getting killed, Creep getting sniped, Widowmine's going down. Current player will push towards this third and will be probably quite pleased to find that there's nothing here. Overlord takes some damage. We'll push through those rocks, and there's just not a lot here. We need to see some Banelings. Zerg will hold up his main, realizes he can't hold the natural. But at this point, what can he hold? Even if he does hold the main, he's up against a 3-base turret. The 2-2 is done. Plus 3 weapons is on the way. Vehicle weapons are building. 7 Banelings. But is 7 Banelings enough against this giant Bio Force? 12 Banelings. 12 Banelings may be enough. We'll see how he lands those hits. And we see the Terran is aware of the Banelings threat here. He's poking forward with small forces. Doesn't want to run into a bunch of Banelings. He's spreading his army out in small packs. Banelings will run and do some damage, but a ton of Banelings wasted on a very small Bio Force. The rest of the Bio is here and wait. Vaporizes the rest. GG is called. And that's it. So this was game 4. This game was played for fun, as the match was finished after the initial 3 games, which determined a 3-0 victory in favor of Google Cardboard. But this is the ASGL. We like to have fun, so typically game 4 gets played a lot of the time. Even when the first 3 games determine the match, game 4 will be played for fun, because that's what we're here. We're here to have fun. So again, thanks for coming, thanks for watching, thanks for playing, thanks for listening, and we will see you in the regular season. The regular ASGL season picks up in January. I believe the first game is January 5th. That should be the first Sunday of the month, and we will, at that point, the points actually do matter. So we will see how the matchups shape up after that point. Have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. All right, good night.